the Ars Notoria is a book filled with, well, they're not called seals in this context, but they're images that you are meant to focus on. This is a wonderful new translation with commentary by Matthias Castle. It is a very, very beautiful and wonderful edition that you'll want to check out. I've had him on the podcast, and I've also had Dr. Justin Sledge on the podcast to talk about Ars Notoria. And, part of the idea is that you would focus on very, very specific images, and in doing that focus, I believe, you're creating a meditative state, and there are angels to be focused on, or angelic words, names to be uttered, and this would help you prime your memory, essentially. It would give you increased focus, increased concentration, and I totally believe it. Although I haven't memorized any of the angelic names in this book, or stared at the seals as recommended, or done any of the fasting that's recommended in this text, I have done something like this that we'll talk about in a minute that has definitely improved and increased my memory. So I think that this probably did have an effect. Now, the promise here is that you'll learn the classical liberal arts better because of having communication with angels and perhaps with God himself, and you'll ascend to higher planes, and all kinds of interesting claims are made there. I don't buy those claims, but I do think that there are actual real-world brain effects from concentrating and focusing on images, words, and so forth. So this is just a really, really interesting book that is about memory and quote-unquote psychological self-help, maybe even spiritual outcomes. And, if you are a spiritual person, those would be seals in Bruno's language. If you were to focus on those seals in such a way that it improves the seal of seals, which is your conscious mind and its ability to be healthy and to have the most expansive powers that are available to you through memory practice, then if you were to be focusing on the idea that angels are going to help you, you're probably going to get better help as a result of the health and the fitness of your brain, but not necessarily help from the angels, help from just that fitness that comes from the concentration exercises. And I recommend this edition because of Matthias Castle's surrounding commentary and the care that has been put into presenting the images of the seals themselves throughout this book.